Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for another episode of the Ill Informers. I'm Elliot and I'm here with my two best buds, Nash and Darren, and we're coming at you hot. Uh, how's your guys' week's been?
Do you guys
I
wash your
didn't
legs when you
Good.
shower?
Uh, Occasionally I do. What I
I
remember.
yeah, I trust the water to wash my legs.
What is your wash, Rich? Because I start top and then work my way down,
Yeah, it's always
and then
top
just
down.
assume it's yeah. What insane person would start at their feet and then work? Nash, how do you?
Start from their feet, hit their ass, and then straight to their face.
Why do I have pink eye all the time?
Yeah.
A
Yeah, I
to
start from the
M.
top. I usually jump in the shower and then I start I have some dander issues, so I do the head and shoulders. And
What
then
is
I let
that?
that sit as I then scrub from the top down,
Mm-hmm.
shoulders, armpits, etc. Abs, all of the
Abs.
abs. And then my
Abs.
legs, I
Scrub
get my
each one.
legs, even my calves and my feet,
Mhm.
and then I got to be
Really?
careful because you could slip. I only have like I have two good falls left in me, and then it's game over. Darren, you've probably got half, like a quarter fall left.
My hip's going on the next one. That's all.
If you fall on some grass, you're gone. And then wash the good stuff, and then the butt, and then that's it. Then I rinse my hair, then I'm out. But you guys don't wash your legs. You just assume it trickles down.
I
If I worked out, if I work out and I have sweaty feet, I wash them. If I don't work out, I just leave
The
them.
feet are more a reason, but I'm talking about the legs.
yeah.
My legs have never gotten dirty in my life. What are my legs doing? My legs aren't in the action. My legs are like companions, just following along. They're
I
not like
guess I guess I guess you don't have to wash something as thin as thread or something like that. It just doesn't really
yeah.
get dirty.
It just there's no dirt gets on him. It just can't attach to Elliot's legs. It just drifts past them.
So microscopic, it passes through.
I do dry my feet. I pay quite good attention to that.
That's good. You don't want that fungi toe.
That's right.
Okay, so you guys don't wash your legs in the shower. You just assume it trickles down.
It
It's a
trickle
trickle
down.
down effect.
That's right.
When they talk about the trickle down effect, that's what they mean. The legs. You don't have to worry about them.
I was having this argument with my friend, and I think it's gross. I think it doesn't trickle down. Why don't you just wash your hair? Why don't you just wash your face and then let it trickle down?
To your
Well, I don't
hair.
wash my
That
face
doesn't.
either.
That's not how gravity.
Why don't you wash your hair and then just rinse it and then it just trickles down and then you're good to go? Why even do anything else? Why does it just magically work on the legs?
But my legs don't shit. My legs don't, they don't sweat. They don't do any of the other action. They're not in the game. They're like on the bench. If you're a bench warmer, you don't have to shower after a game. You didn't do anything.
Elliot does not work out his legs. We've already covered this before. He's got buff upper body, legs. Yeah.
My calves have never sweated in my life.
Shouldn't you shower with the team anyway, just out of to build camaraderie?
No,
Oh,
you didn't
that
play.
is who showers. No, that's not. Did you have to shower after gym in high school with other boys? And
No, I've never showered with other students. I'm not.
No.
I'm thankful.
Weird.
Yeah, I've never got to do that. All the guys that played hockey used to shower because they were all used to being naked around each other.
Yeah.
But me, I was never.
We just had shower stalls. You have bathroom stalls. Why don't you just take those same walls and move them over to the shower? Oh my gosh. Who would have thought that you could put walls between each shower?
But the camaraderie.
Some strange camaraderie. The
You have to know everybody's dick size on the team, or you're not part of the team.
I like to chub up and tie off before I get in the shower room just to
I gotta quickly go take a piss.
Yeah, that's right.
Just fluffing.
I only got used to it in the last, like in my 40s when I started going to the gym but anytime before that, I'm like, I don't want anyone.
That's when you give up, right?
Yes.
That's just giving up.
Totally. And there was lots of, I sort of felt weird. Like, I'm like, am I the only one? Because I'm the only one who's self-conscious about it. No one else gives a fuck. So you're just like, And that day when you finally are like, I'm not gonna ninja change in the corner or something like that, or I'm gonna actually change and just let it all hey. Oh guys, I'm here
And
naked.
that's the day his ball sack grew 3 inches.
Down. Like it went down
Yeah.
3 inches. Yeah, I've always never been comfortable. I'll do it now, and if not that it's happened in quite some time, but if I'm at the pool, I'll do it in a way that's not looking like I'm ninja changing, but I'll make sure I'm watching everybody where they're looking, where they're going, and then I'll do it in a way that's very like some sort of undercover agent. Like I'm slipping, poison into somebody's drink or a tracking marker.
But
I haven't changed in front of other men in a long time. It's a weird thing to admit. Like I took my son to swim lessons. We just used the family change room.
Which are the best.
Problem solved.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah. Nash still uses the family change room, and that's how come he's not allowed to go to the Commonwealth Rec Center anymore.
We're all family here. That's just a state of mind, right, guys?
Yeah. I haven't. I don't even know what I would do at this point. I'd probably still stealth change, towel.
Yeah.
Like a little bitch. I would do that. I don't know.
That's exactly it. That's the thing that's weird because you realize, well, Nash, you had hockey friends, so your hockey friends would listen to this conversation and be like, "What's wrong with you homos? What are you talking about? Just change with the dudes. Big deal."
Like
but
that
it's still like
that hockey accent.
But that's the whole thing is it's like, no, you don't understand. If you don't grow up in that environment, you're just like, it is. And then also the time when they expect you to do it, they're like, go to the change room. If you're not used to doing it, it's like at puberty when you're at your height of self-conscious body shame. And you're just like, no, why am I gonna, that's insane.
I think full disclosure, I think it would be, it shouldn't be weird.
No.
But like it'd be great to go shower up and it's everybody's high-fiving and cracking jokes.
High-fiving, high-one-in their dicks together.
Yeah, you just gotta do you, whatever you feel comfortable changing, you gotta change that way. But I just come pre-changed and then I just leave wet. I just sit in my car just with the soggy ass and change when I get home.
That's my nightmare.
But
I leave wet.
But I do remember leaving, like sitting in class, you have gym first period, you go out, play a hardcore round of dodgeball, and then you just have to sit in your soaked through sweaty body for the next 7 hours.
I have vivid memories of having double gym and then sitting in French class it was on the top floor. It was super hot and just sweating and gross.
Did you have double gym, one for each thigh?
Yeah. They're like, this guy has potential. We're gonna double this up. We're gonna see what he could do. And you know what? I was never tired because I just had so much fuel.
It's like a whale blubber. You can just go forever.
Yeah, I blew through 2 pairs of pants this week. It was a dark week for Nash and his thighs.
All right, I shouldn't have brought this up.
No, it's good. Both of these pairs of pants, we got hemmed, so we got the hole in the crotch fixed. It was more on the right side, and then this week both the left sides went. So I got to go back to the seamstress and be like, sorry. She's gonna see her work. She's like, wasn't I already here?
Where were you splitting your seams? Just along the thighs? You just tearing through
well,
them, or is
it's
it in the ass?
Because I was talking to somebody actually, and I was talking about going through jeans, and they're like, yeah, my knees always go out, and I've never had a pair of knees go out because the thighs, they're just constantly, my jeans probably age 5 times faster than any other pairs of jeans because they're just the pressure and the rubbing.
My wife has the same problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna love that you disclose that on the podcast.
She doesn't listen to this. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll not get back to her.
She doesn't even listen to you.
Do you have to do thigh chafing cream? Do you have to go to that low friction?
No, I just use jeans.
just only jeans, never shirts.
Now it's all making sense because I was in the thrift shop last week and I was like, you can identify. You're like, this is a Nash pair of jeans. Just that white.
That white acid wash,
inside. Like, ugh. And and also your wife did sew your name in the back of the jeans as well, so it's cute.
It is cute. Yeah, it's a bummer. I was pretty, and now I'm wearing these jeans that I don't like because they're blue and not slimming.
Hold up your leg like that again. What are you, a fucking ballerina?
I'm
Too?
I'm a mess. That's what I am.
You got the calves of like a meth head and the thighs of like a meathead.
Yeah. Yeah, and the body self-esteem of a grade 8.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy came into my store yesterday, and he just yelled for 20 minutes because we wouldn't let him into the store without a mask.
Mhm.
And it's getting so old, and it's like it's been a year. You should like you're just trying to fight. That's all you're trying to do is try to start a fight. And he kept going on about how he had a broken nose. He yelled for 20 minutes that he had a broken nose and that they were denying it was like a medical condition, right? That we were not allowing someone in with a medical condition or medical disability. Sorry. I'm like, you've been yelling for 20 minutes. You haven't taken one breath through your mouth. Your nose is fine, buddy. You've been like, or you would be dead right now.
Mhm.
At what point are you allowed to dart those people? Just
Well,
dart
he
them
wore
and
a
just drag them. Did he wear a
thing is,
sock?
no, he has a body cam on. He literally had a vest, the body cam in the middle.
What
And
a fucking
right at the beginning,
twat.
right at the beginning of the interaction, he turned it on. And we have a security guard in the
So he's just
So
looking for those likes. Did he, as he was like, you gotta let me in the mask. I have a medical condition. Smash that like, subscribe button. Come on.
Pretty much, man. Like he just does it for the thrill of antagonizing people.
Mhm.
And he came in through he tried to come in through the exit, and he's just standing in the exit door, and people couldn't leave, and people are just like, what the fuck? And the cops are like, yeah, we know this guy. We deal with him so often.
Mm. I've been thinking a lot lately about
That's the guy that's trying to fight for our rights, guys. That's the guy. He cares really much about our rights.
He does imagine he's going down in history as a hero. That's the extent of his delusion.
Martyr Mark. Way to go, Martyr Mark.
I have been thinking a lot about what if, now full disclosure, I don't really believe this, but I've just been thinking about what
Nash is coming out as an anti-masker.
No,
Get
no,
ready
no,
for
no.
it.
No, but what if he was right? How would the best way to change the populace opinion would be? And it's kind of a scary thing on how locked in we are in it, in the point that all of a sudden this guy's crazy. Obviously, he's yelling. He's not going about it the right way. But I'm just wondering about what the right way. Let's say this continues on for another 2 years, and we're
The
still
virus
required,
is gone.
or it's like there are variants, and maybe not everybody's, and then it's still required, or even this whole thing about possibly having a vaccine passport or things like that. I'm not against it or anything, but if at some point I was against it, like how would you do it in a way that would it make you seem not crazy?
Because that is the premise of a million movies. Is someone like these people must feel like we're all getting gaslit by the government, and then it's like I'm the one person who has the truth, and everyone makes you feel like you're insane. But if he is standing out, switching on your body cam, and screaming and yelling outside of whatever Wheatgrass Express or wherever Elyott works.
Can you please? Your chakra is so out of aligned right now. Can you please stop yelling, mister?
He throws a salt rock through the window.
That's definitely not the way to do it. I don't think there's any. I mean, I don't.
I guess my question is like, how would
it be a protest outside? That's how you have to do it.
How would you listen to him? In what way would he interact where you could actually let the idea in and then let it swirl around and actually have a is there any way that guy could change your mind if he approached you in a different way? That's what I'm wondering. That's the part I'm finding scary, where nobody's gonna listen to him. But what if he's right? Not saying that he's right, but
so you're saying like, so the government is trying to secretly take away our rights.
No.
For air. That's what he's saying. He's saying.
That's what he's saying. Okay.
That's what he's saying. The government is using masks as a start, and they're going to slowly start trickling away your rights until you have no more rights. That's what he's saying. That's what his whole fight is about.
Okay, so imagine though that that he is correct. So how do you have a reasonable conversation with someone to, is that what you're saying, right, Nash? How do you have that conversation? Actually maybe change people's mind, like not slavering outside of the store.
I guess I always
think
put
Facebook
myself.
Facebook
His
memes
argument
pretty good.
his argument isn't based in logic. There's no logic there. So you can't, the majority of people actually follow some sort of logic.
Yeah, it's true. He's probably just going for
People believe in a virus. So if there's no virus, if the virus went away and the government was like, hey, we still have the common flu. Let's all still wear masks, okay? And then they're like, okay, but now you can't watch TV. Gotta turn off Netflix because it's like too many people are watching it. We're getting fat. No more Netflix, guys. Then you'd be like, what? But people would at that point would be mad, like the general public.
I haven't seen anything good on Netflix for weeks. That's fine. I'm almost there.
Darren turns on his body cam. I guess what I always do is I always put myself in the situations of those people, and I can't imagine how much of a nightmare that is to think that it just must be a nightmare for that guy. You know, to think that you're right and that there's no way, but to not have the tools to make the change that you want.
Well,
I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but
I haven't seen any indication that the government wants to keep this going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
also think too that the mask is kind of the lowest on the rights poll. Like I would be more concerned with these people forcing to close their businesses and not making money and just being ruined financially. I think that would be a more important issue to tackle if I'm going to yell at a grocery store worker.
This guy took business away from us. People left because they're like, fuck this guy. I can't go through the till now. So he ruined the business. He got rid of a local business. He got rid of money that was going into local business's pocket for what?
Yeah. Thanks for all your hard work, sir.
I also don't understand that. I know there's that whole culture of people knowingly going into situations where they're going to rub up against people. Like my favorite video ever is that guy trying to film inside a courtroom. And he's have you seen this? It's so great. He walks in and he's like, excuse me, I'm just going to get past here. And they're like, oh, you're not allowed cameras in the courtroom. Excuse me. I'm going to come through. I'm bringing my camera. And like, you can't have cameras in the courtroom. And then he's just yelling at people about his rights. And then he's like, fine, I'm going through. And then they tase him. And he's like, oh! Ow, ow! It's wonderful.
That's so good to see people get their comeuppance.
And then he posts it thinking he's revealed something about society.
Don't the courtrooms also have cameras like that they film themselves?
Yeah,
some of them do.
It's also too, if you go into the the rules going in that there's no cameras. So it's like he knows going into the grocery store that he has to wear a mask. So you can't. It seems like just there's a better way to do this. Be more creative.
Well, it is that thing of like I've seen a guy wearing a mask, but going into the Save on Foods in Sydney, but he has his mask with him, but he waits for the security guard to go like this guy. Excuse me, sir, you have to. And he's like, yeah, I got it. It's right here, man. Fuck. And I'm like, you knew you were gonna get asked by this pimply 17-year-old kid and put your mask. Like, what do you just wanted to be angry at someone?
That's such a wuss.
Yeah.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, it's terrible. But
I'm sure it was way worse in the States. Like here, we get like a little bit of it because it trickles up from the States and it sort of like permeates ours a little bit now. But like in the States, it must have been insane. I would have if they put you on that door shift, you're like, I don't want to get fucking shot. I'm making $9.
I feel it's different in the States though.
I'm gonna get stabbed.
The States is like truly free and everybody has their own autonomy. We're here in Canada, like where people can, it's different because we have healthcare that we're all paying for. Like I always think about it, like helmets on motorcycles. In the States, you don't have to wear a helmet on a motorcycle. It's not illegal. But if you crash and die and you don't have insurance, then that's all on you.
Fucked. Yeah.
We're here, it's illegal to not wear a helmet on a bike because if you fall and crash, we have to pay for it.
I think that's
You're
better.
you're a libertarian? Are you libertarian, Nash?
No, sometimes I just think I'm like, well, if I don't want to wear a helmet on a bike,
Yeah.
why? It seems crazy that I have to wear a helmet.
I had this argument with my son this week because he's getting ready to leave to go out and he doesn't have his helmet on. He's got his hat. He had his birthday. He's got a brand new golf hat. He's like, right on. I want to wear my hat. I'm like, I don't give a shit. You have to wear a helmet. And he's like, what? I don't want to wear a helmet. Why do I have to wear a helmet? Why?
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to show him a video. So I sat down, go through YouTube and find videos from safety experts and stuff. And then they made some pretty good points about not wearing a helmet and how it's actually not that. Doesn't actually. I was like, oh, I'm glad he we didn't show this to him first. Dude, been like, see, I don't have to wear a fucking helmet.
I would have
That's hard
showed him I would have showed him videos of like bike crashes and like the guys like in on a hospital bed like
Yeah. Yeah, in full traction, and you're like,
that's hard too, because all of his friends, I'm sure, are not wearing helmets. So if he's the one,
no, they're all wearing helmets. But this is the tunnel vision of a 15-year-old. Like we go to the skate park in Victoria and Vic West, and I'm like, you got to wear a helmet, man. And he's like, no one is wearing a helmet. And I look around, there's like 120 people there. 118 of them are wearing helmets. And I'm like, what? Yeah. You mean those two guys over there smoking a joint in the corner are the only people not wearing a helmet? Like, everyone is literally wearing a helmet. No one's wearing a helmet. I wear a helmet. Oh, it's stupid.
I used to work with this guy who had was hospitalized from a head injury, like a massive concussion.
I'm gonna take my son to visit him.
He's doing okay now, but there was clearly some people like kind of forget things and like walk into a room and wouldn't know what you go run and grab something and forget what he was doing.
I do that all the time.
But he was literally one concussion away from it kind of being over. Like it was such a bad concussion, but he would bike to work, no helmet, with noise canceling headphones on.
He's just like,
I'm like, what are you doing?
That's why you're a concussion too deep, and you just don't have it in to make rational decisions.
But he just wanted to look. Helmets are lame, and I can't wear my headphones.
Maybe that's what the government needs to do. Is they need to invest like trillions of dollars in trying to invent a cool helmet. If you're going to make us wear helmets, you have to invent a cool one.
Well, according to my son, cool helmets do not exist. There's no helmet that is cool enough.
You need like a little pack on the back of your head, so when you crash, it just like inflates.
Yeah, I think it's more that it's coming from you, Darren. I think if a hot chick DM'd him and was like, "Hey, baby, you should wear a helmet."
This is gonna be over the next year. I'm gonna start a Hotmail Snapchat account to put
catfish your kid into wearing a helmet and a seatbelt. Hey, you should really
do chores around the house.
Hey, babe, you should really spend time with your parents.
Yeah, your dad really wants you to watch the whole Godfather trilogy. That's so cool. Yeah,
you would never notice too. Your son wouldn't notice, Darren.
No, he would not at all. He would be. They're just like
You're just getting a slew of dick pics, and you're like, "Gov, the part 2 is the best."
You have to turn on like whenever you get an image, just like no.
Delete. Send him another one. Ooh.
He's like beside you on the couch, and you're like, ah.
Yeah, that's good. That's actually not a bad plan. I'm gonna.
He sends a dick pic of his penis in a helmet.
Because that would have been a cool PSA as a kid. I would have listened the shit out of that.
What if you're getting hot?
You wouldn't have been listening, Nash. You never listen when you.
What? I'm sorry. What?
I like there are some places, like I did watch that safety video though, or not safety video, I guess, because he was like, there's no really any proof that wearing helmets actually helps. And I was like, yeah, but I still have to.
Was this sponsored by like the brain surgeons of America?
Was this the guy that was?
He's got an MMA studio out in Souk. It was this guy. No.
Was he doing this from the point of view of a body cam? Was this the guy that came into Elliott's place?
Yeah. Helmets.
No, there's no proof. Helmets work. That's crazy. They work. There's no.
Oh yeah. And that's one of those things, like you can't turn around and say they don't work, because there's like a 1,000 helmets out there you can hold up that are cracked and shattered, and being like, I would be dead if I wasn't wearing this. You're like, yeah,
Well,
you
it's
gotta wear
also
a helmet.
it's also like you fall and hit your head. It's going to be better if your head doesn't hit the concrete.
Yeah.
Directly.
Yeah, directly.
I don't know. I'm not. I watched that video and I'm very. I'm
It
very
convinced
swayed
you.
by stuff.
He had such dreamy eyes. You guys don't even know. Such dreamy eyes. And it was so believable.
There was a point in time where I skateboarded for 6 months with this one friend that lived in town. One day we were at the skate park, being old and trying to skateboard, and there was this older guy, probably in his late 30s, on a BMX, and I think his kid was there and stuff, but he didn't have a helmet on. He clearly hadn't been there in a while, and he tried to do this big trick, bailed, and he came off the quarter pipe, and the wheels hit, and he just like smacked his head, like the whole side of his head bounced off the concrete. I think his head was bleeding, and he got so mad, and I couldn't believe
that he wasn't wearing a helmet.
Oh, it was such a brutal injury that was so easily avoided.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's why you wear a helmet, so you don't fall 10 feet directly onto the side of your head.
He didn't tuck and roll. I think that was the big thing with the guy with the helmet. He's like, tuck and roll, tuck and roll. That's
like his hands were still on the handlebars when he that kind of like there was no bracing. He just hit it with his shoulder and then his head bounced.
And you just get that watermelon slap.
Oh, it's brutal. He's like, fuck! And then he threw his bike. We're all like, oh my God, you okay? He's got
like,
mad.
oh, I look like an idiot now.
Totally. Not as stupid or as lame as if he was wearing a helmet, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So, okay, we learned two things so far. Wash your legs and wear a helmet.
Wash your legs. That's once a week I loofah. That's it.
They don't get dirty. I've never seen a dirty leg.
This may be a dead end, but who's your picks for Oscar night?
Oh, I haven't even looked at that.
Has there even been movies?
Is it Sonic the Hedgehog?
Not very good movies. Yeah, there's been no. I did watch last night that Trial of the Chicago 7, which I thought would be horrible, but I had to watch it for my my movie group at work.
Wait. You have a movie group at work?
Yeah, it's good. It's a nerd group.
Is this that we're concerned with Darren's mental health group?
We got to get him to talk, guys. How can we get him to talk? Let's start a movie group. We'll Trojan horse him into speaking about his feelings.
Did your wife email them? It's like when my parents tried to set me up with like play dates.
You have to invite Nash over.
So you guys just watch a movie and then you discuss it?
Yeah, and we actually most of the time we don't talk about the movie. We just shoot the shit about whatever for half an hour. But it's quite. There's lots of movies that I wouldn't have watched, except the group makes me watch them. And
what's the best movie? What's the best movie that you watched that you didn't expect?
The Fifth Element was really good.
You'd never seen it before?
I had seen it before, but it left zero impression, and I was like, and then I forgot.
Darren was high.
You're probably right.
Back in '95, you were high.
or concussed.
Well, the others, helmets are for losers.
There goes Fifth Element.
The Fifth Element was then there was like Jim Henson monster aliens in it. It was really good. Yeah,
it's a weird movie, but it is. I like it. It's like a weird sci-fi where it's like it's really
French. That's why.
Oh, is it?
It's got that weird tone.
Luc Besson.
Yeah.
With the weird costumes and.
Yeah,
and Bruce Willis looks good in it. When did Bruce Willis? That's so a sexy wig, right?
He had hair at one point.
No, I think he's just really. I'm trying to think. He has blonde hair in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was
it's like short blonde.
I think then the hair technology wasn't. I'm an expert in this. I think he's pushing it forward a bit, but he's got Hollywood budget, so they can really make it feel like it's there.
He's got the triple D he's got the triple D hair in that, the diners, drive-ins, and dives
Yeah, that blonde.
hair in there. I also, how long has Guy Fieri been bald for? Like, he had that hair, because my wife was saying the other day, we were watching it, and she's like, why does he still, this is 30 years after the first triple D, he's still got that hair. I'm like, he can't not. He's going to be like Walter Matthau. He's going to be in his 80s and still have this platinum blonde spiked hair with his sunglasses on the back with a walker and like, oh, tastes good, crunch on the outside, just the right amount of soft on the inside.
He's not gonna make it that long, Darren. That's ridiculous.
That's true. That's interesting to have.
I think he looks way better with that hair. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Guy Fieri looks better with that hair. Have you seen pictures of him with before? He looks terrible. He looks so bad. This is his look. This is what he was meant to look like.
To have that branding established in the late 2000s, it's brutal. And then to have to
and he has to keep it. He can't change it. It's a bold move if he just decides to rock the bald head or just like go.
Is it a wig? I haven't investigated.
It's got to be.
Right? May I look? I'm gonna look on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at this.
It's got to be a wig. There's no way.
It's your number one talent.
It is. I'm very good at this. I'm also getting great at figuring out veneers as well. So let me know.
Oh, what do you think, Nash? This is gonna be gross for the.
That's a denture.
Guy Fieri.
You went to the denture store. It's the number one store in Sydney. Oh yeah, I went to Sydney and it was cool.
Last week.
Sydney's a good place to go once.
To die? Oh, sorry. Yeah, go once.
Yeah. There's some shops. There's some nice places to eat. There's a lot of old people not wearing masks on the street. A lot of old people.
Really?
You don't need to wear masks on the streets.
They're living.
You don't need to. You don't need to, but they're the people that are the high risk. They got their one shot and they're like, fuck it. It's party time.
I think this is real.
You think that's real hair?
Show the camera.
It's gross. Don't get me wrong.
You zoomed in. He's doing a forensic examination of the roots right now. What
I think that's natural.
I like.
As you can see the progression. Can't see it.
Can't see that.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Too much glare.
Put it in the
too much glare on that hair.
Yeah, I think this is real. So which is crazy. What is he? Maybe
Elon Musk has like hair plugs.
Yeah, that's.
And they look pretty good though.
Yeah, because he's got that money.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have to fly to Turkey to get the budget hair plug.
Somebody's butt.
Yeah.
Just
Did I tell you I was getting ads for that? For the Turkish beard transplants?
Yeah.
No.
Did we talk about this?
No. We talked about hairs before.
Because I'm always Googling hair transplants and blah blah blah. Because some are better than others.
It's gonna fuck with your algorithm.
But then so I was getting these ads. There's this Instagram account that is the Turkish. They do these, like Eminem got a beard transplant, and I think like his beard's weird.
Why is Eminem getting a beard? Like, he doesn't need a beard. What the fuck?
He doesn't grow the beard.
For?
Yeah, but this ad, it was so gross. They weren't showing the afters; they were showing the before, and then just after the surgery. So this is like pulpy, like implanted, like gross, like swollen beard inserts. And they were like, "Yay, come get one!" And it just looks so painful. It was like it's all wet. It's all wet and gross.
This is what we used to do when we dressed up as hobos. You just burn a cork, and then you just paint it burnt cork on the and that makes a perfect beard.
That's what it looks like because it's perfectly. Anyway, it doesn't look good. Not right now. Give it another 10 years.
Well, that's with all that stuff, all those kinds of surgeries. I think like wherever they're at now with hair transplant surgeries, in 10 years, they're going to be exponentially better. And it might be at that point worth it. And I think you could probably make a case to Health Canada to cover it.
Yeah.
It's bad for my self-esteem.
I'll wear a helmet if you give me a beard.
Amen. That's a trade-off. There we go.
Wait, so Oscars, did you guys, what were your picks?
I have no idea what the nominees are.
Yeah.
It was
I decided that I don't. I think I used to watch the Oscars in like do little bets and like have a lot of fun with it. And then I realized somebody pointed out that it's just an industry awards show.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of back padding because they just send the only people who vote on it are people who are in the industry.
It's like a vacuum salesman industry awards show. It doesn't
Yeah.
really. And then also everybody's always crying, and then I'm thinking, don't believe that. This is their job. Don't believe their tears. It
Or
all
they're
seems
grateful.
Yeah.
It's like they're not grateful for anything. They've never been
Also,
grateful in their
too,
life.
just full of shit. Like when they were when remember there was that controversy about the lack of diversity in the nominations.
Mhm.
So everybody was boycotting it, or they were wearing black dresses
Mhm.
out of solidarity. But then they were all wearing really nice black dresses. If I was going to protest I would just show up in sweatpants with a t-shirt that says whatever my thing is. Like I still don't want to look hot and
with
protest.
holes in their thighs.
Come on.
Yeah.
The protest is a bit of a fashion show. You want to make sure you look good.
It's like I'm wearing black out of solidarity.
I like
But
all the guys just
spent
are like, I'm just gonna wear a
$10,000.
tuxedo, I guess. Again, solidarity.
With a black
Yeah.
shirt underneath.
Yeah.
I've also decided I'm not judging movies anymore. People judge movies so hard, and I'm like, I don't really care about judging a movie anymore. I'm just gonna watch the movies I watch, enjoy them for what they are. If I don't like them, I'll be like, well, I'm just never gonna watch that again. If I watch them and I like them, I'll be like, okay, I'm never watching that again. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter, just move on. Why we
Coward.
judge? But why do we judge movies so hard? It's like
No, it's true. I'm with you.
you
I'm with you.
rip them apart for what? They were trying to entertain you. They spent a
Yeah.
year trying to make this thing to entertain you. Yes, it didn't go well. Sometimes
Well,
it doesn't go well.
And also, there's a thing
There's
of
a lesson there.
recognizing, like, not everything's made for you. So
What?
Yeah, if there's like, I don't really like the Marvel superhero movies, and I could probably rip on them, but
Because they don't wear helmets.
Yeah, exactly. That is so you're flying around at 900 miles an hour and you don't have a helmet on. That is
Yeah.
foolhardy.
Well, Captain America does. God bless him.
But there's no but that's not made for me, and that's not my like cup of tea. So, and someone else enjoys it, so you're like, let those other people enjoy what they want to enjoy.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it's interesting why people feel they can really rip a movie apart, because movies are so hard to make, and they're so hard to make well,
Mhm.
and there's so many things going on for you for it to be a good movie. So when you're like, oh, I didn't, the plot hole never got wrapped up. Ugh, what are these people doing?
That's the first thing I like to do, is go down to the gaffes on IMDb, is like scroll down to like whatever the errors are. Like people just go continuity error. Like there must be people who just sit there, watch a movie, just waiting for that was wrong. Oh, you can see that. Oh, their hair's on the other side now.
He drank
the
a glass of
shirts-
water and it was half
Yeah.
full, but now it's full. What the
The
fuck,
cigarette
man?
keeps
Yeah, can you imagine the logistics of getting that cigarette continuity for a movie?
it's impossible.
Who cares? Just embrace that it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. It
Fuck
can't
you,
be.
Elliot.
Oh, fuck off.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm right there with you, because people don't. I guess people shit on paintings. I always try and equate one art form and then try and figure out if I would criticize it the same
But
way.
paintings are shit. All those old paintings, they just painted a person. What the heck? Who cares?
Yeah, they don't even move. Nobody's wearing a helmet and nobody moves. I don't understand.
It's made out of painted with oil. Like oil's bad for the environment.
It's true.
I don't know. I'm trying to grasp it.
But there is
The Mona
I guess-
Lisa
I don't
is
know.
the least impressive painting I've ever seen in person.
Did you? Oh, you got to see it in person. Isn't it like the size
Yeah.
of a postage stamp? It's just
Yeah, it's a piece of paper, and there's 1,000
smaller-
people around it. You
It was
don't even
smaller
get
in
close to
person?
it. It was smaller in person. It was like this. It was like
Was she thinking the
this
same thing
big.
about you?
Mm.
Sorry, I interrupted the story for that, but please continue. It's like this small.
It's this. It's like an inch by an inch. Okay, my penis, and then the Mona Lisa is about double that,
Mhm.
and it's not that impressive. It's not that good of a painting. It didn't move me. It didn't like the whole thing around it is that people are excited about it because they are excited about it, right?
Because it's the Mona Lisa. But I
Because it's the Mona
also
Lisa.
like to look at the Mona Lisa and go, could I draw or paint a lady that well? And I couldn't. So I'm like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
You must
is true.
be amazed.
I
You must be
cannot paint
amazed
that
by everything
so-
you see, Darren.
I do the same thing.
Can I make a latte like that? No, I don't think I can
can't-
make a latte like that.
I don't know if I can make a left turn like that. That was pretty nice. That's amazing.
I have to jet because
Oh, that was
I do like to shit on stuff occasionally, but I have to qualify it by saying, like, if I read a book and I'm like, oh fuck, this book was trash, but I have to qualify it and say, but it's better than the book that I've written. I've not written a book. So I'm impressed by just the sheer willpower that it would take to complete something that makes sense.
I think art is supposed to move you. So even if it's in the direction of
make money.
Make money, baby. So even if you don't like it, it's mission accomplished. And it's interesting how people feel like they need to, that the art needs to be on their side. I find it annoying.
I did hate the Tate Modern in France. I think it's France, right?
I don't know
Is
what
that
you're
New
talking about.
York?
In Paris.
I don't
Tate
know.
Modern is in Paris, and it is a garbage place full of garbage art.
What is the
They had a mirror on the wall.
Mhm.
They just had a mirror, not even a bezeled mirror, not even like a fancy circular mirror or oval mirror, just a straight up rectangle. Said unknown artist.
It sounds brilliant. It's amazing. It's a reflection. Art is a reflection of ourselves. Every time we look at a piece of art, is a reflection not only of ourselves but of society. That's what the artist is saying. By placing the mirror there, you're looking at yourself. Whatever's in that reflection at that moment is in itself the painting, is in itself the art. So whatever's happening in that moment, it's like John Cage's 8.39, where it is just a piece of silent music. Whatever happens, in that moment, noises in the auditorium, that is the piece itself. Did I come off like a cunt?
To be fair, Elliot, if I looked at a mirror and saw you, I would be disappointed as well.
That's just me. Come on.
I did have and I don't understand art, so that's fine. But when I worked at the airport, they have pieces of art that come in curated from Victoria Art Gallery, and one time I sort of liked them. I thought they were cool. They were little like painting canvases, and then different stuff was glued and stuck to it, just random found objects, and then it was all dipped in like whitewash, so it's just this white kind of 3D weird looking thing. And one of my buddies there was like, that is trash. If I want to see a picture, I want a pastoral scene of like a farm or a picture of a ship or a painting of people. It's like, what the fuck is that they're charging? And I don't I'm like, I didn't know how to defend it. I was like, but I like it. It's cool. I would pay $400 for it, but
It's interesting it's almost like if you, sorry. Like I know with Picasso, they no, I don't know much-
with Picasso.
I don't know much
so
about
much
this.
with Picasso. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. So much with Picasso.
Can you hear me? What's going on here? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Like Picasso could really paint. Like he could really paint hyper realistic, but to choose not to do that, I think so. I've always, when I see artists on Instagram, etc., where they just go right to the Picasso, and I know they can't. They just start that and they start selling that their third painting. That's where I go like, you got to put in. I don't know. I feel
Picasso, because Picasso's thing was like, he's like, it took me all my life to learn to paint like a child. But it's like, so it's like he can do the realistic shit. He's a very accomplished artist. But yeah, to just put a bike handlebars on a seat, call it a bull, and be like, this is my sculpture.
Yeah, check out my website.
You got to be able to walk the walk and talk the talk, or whatever that. Paint,
I don't know.
Or put in the work. I always think that, I don't know, you don't want to don't sell your first painting. Don't Instagram time lapse your first painting. Nobody cares. Are you doing it for the act of painting, or are you doing it so we could see that you're painting?
It's also hard. I draw a little bit. Like I like to just doodle. Basically, I doodle. But I come up with this picture in my mind where I'm like, this is, and everything just turns into a dog, barking at the moon. Because I'm like, this is gonna be a guy in a trench coat. I want to draw like a cartoon that looks amazing, and then I'm just like, it's really hard to draw well. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
everyone already knows this,
But if you were to pivot and then post that dog in the moon
yeah.
and be
And
like,
I'm not gonna fucking.
this is
do
what I
that.
got, world. This
Yeah.
is what I got.
$400.
This is my new NFT. I'm still gonna
Commissions.
send it
But
out.
there is
Commission's open.
What did they paint? I forget what they painted. They painted like the same things over and over again. They made
Is it that Japanese lady? The
no, it was like this couple, and they made sculptures of like cats,
Mhm.
and they had like the same cats, all different styles, like paintings, statues, or statues, like and they just did cats after cats after cats after cats, and then eventually the cats looked kind of cool, and that's all they did. It was the same thing over and over again.
Well,
I
there is
saw
that-
a similar thing with cranes. This guy just started to draw cranes, and then it eventually evolved into this comic about these funny looking cranes. And it was interesting to pick
Yeah,
a
I've seen
lane
that.
and just stick with it.
But that doesn't
Yeah.
always work.
Yeah.
You can act like that's the only way to do it, but you could just, but that's not, I don't think it's going to work for everybody. But
There's that
what does work? What does working mean? You get paid
But-
for it?
But there is that argument that all that stuff, like especially like with movies, movie directors, or even paintings or books, it's like you're just kind of writing the same novel over and over again. Like people be like, Elmore Leonard's good. He's written 52 books, but he's kind of written like a single book, but different iterations of it, right? Like your cats,
What is
Or
that?
this, pod-
the
or this
cat
podcast.
painter. Heist novels.
It's essentially the same
Yeah.
podcast over and over again.
Yeah. That is true. That can be the argument. Anyways, before we wrap this up, I want your hot picks for the Oscars.
I don't know what the Oscars are.
Is a
what
Marriage
movies?
Story in it? I saw that and was moved. Those guys should all win. Just
Ugh,
that whole movie.
the Marriage Story. It was good. I liked it. Good.
You have a
scene.
list of the movies?
I do. So let's just do Best Picture, and maybe best actor and
don't have
best
to worry about the one.
actor who is a
Do
female.
it.
Go identify
Okay,
as
so
female.
best
Yes. Okay.
picture is The Father. Never heard of it. Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minara, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. I've only seen The Trial of the Chicago 7, so that's my pick.
I've only seen Promising Young Woman, so that's my pick. Elliot
I
just
don't
has to just put on a helmet.
Yeah. I'm gonna go at left field and say it's not even.
When are the Oscars?
Tonight.
Oh, we should bet or something.
Yeah.
Well, this is gonna come out after. This is
I
not
don't-
even.
I don't care. This is
Never mind. Yeah, let's not. This is.
Wait,
I don't want to think about it this much.
Say the first name. What's the first one? What's the first one?
The Father.
The father.
Yeah.
The father.
Okay, the
Uh,
Faja. Okay, then we can revisit this, and we'll and then whoever loses has to wash Nash's thighs. And even if it's Nash, you lose. You get to just do your regular.
It's a lose-lose.
No, Nash has to not wash his thighs for a day.
It's great.
You know what's funny? I had this little bit of soap left, and I was like, "That's enough soap." And then I washed my thighs, and it was gone. Yeah, and then you know when you drop that little bit of last of soap, and then it's you just leave it on the floor because it's gone.
So much surface area, acres and acres of thigh.
and then you
Okay.
and then you slip in the shower and you thank God you are wearing a helmet in the shower.
Yeah. Amen. Okay, people, wear your helmets, wash your legs, and don't
Don't
kick
go
out
to
on
the- Yeah. See you guys. Bye. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
listening.